U.S. and Cuban diplomats met in Havana today. Their mission to try to work out a plan to reestablish diplomatic relations and reopen their embassies. Just the first tentative steps in the historic thawing of tensions between the two Cold War enemies. Our Adrienne Arsenault joins us again tonight from Havana. Adrienne.
Peter, so the highest level talks in decades between these two countries. Not exactly warm embraces, but the very good news is they want to keep talking. And here comes the future. U.S. Assistant Secretary of State Roberta Jacobson in Havana. Serious this moment. It's been decades since a U.S. diplomat of this import was in this country. Her Cuban counterpart, Josefina Vidal, the visibly happy host with so much at stake. These two women charged with trying to undo more than half a century of mistrust and suspicion. Long tables set for long conversations ahead. How delicate is this moment? This precarious, as imagined by one of Cuba's most prominent editorial cartoonists, Ramses. He drew it just last night. The diplomat wobbling on the tightrope. It's so high because this is so dangerous, he says.
We must take care of these conversations. We must really be careful with the feelings with the other.
And he urges, take care with his Cuba. Yes, embracing change is needed, but look at it, he says. There's also much that needs to be saved, not replaced with something shiny and new.
Many things in Cuba I wanted to preserve. Free health, free educational system. This is very important for us.
He can't stop drawing now, he says, has no idea how this will end.
I never forget this moment. I think this is the right moment, the proper moment.
From his pencil to their minds. The host delegation today also leaning on the idea that securing what is Cuban for Cuba is vital, less of a wish than a warning to the Americans. Respect has to be mutual.
To Cuba, this means reciprocal respect for the political, economic, and social system sovereignly chosen by our peoples.
In other words, on some matters, back off. If it's about human rights, the U.S. suggesting it's unlikely to stay quiet. We do have differences in that subject, profound differences with the Cuban government, and it was part of the conversation today. Differences and a hard history, but that there's a chance to try again, what a thought. Now, the key for this moment, Peter, is that those differences haven't yet become a barrier to continuing to talk. We heard late tonight from the Cuban delegation who said that there has been some progress in finding ways to cooperate in the future on matters of aviation, of medicine, of science, of finding ways to work together on terrorism and trafficking, even starting a pilot project with a postal service. So considering where they've all come from, this is a very big deal. Peter?
All right, Adrienne. Thank you. Adrienne Arsenault in Havana.